Hey guys, welcome to Rich, Happy, and Hot. My name is Krista McClellan. It is Return of the Mac. Those of you who've been with me for a long time, I am divorced this year. I've started a new chapter, and any of you guys that have been following me have seen my evolution. Okay. I actually just got off the phone with someone who's been following me since 2018, you guys, and you've seen the evolution. You've always seen me in business. You've seen me online all of these years for 2 decades. And right now, more than ever before, I want to lean in and teach you how to get rich, happy, and hot. I know that far too many people are unhappy in their lives or unfulfilled or feeling stuck. And I'm like, the solution is actually quite simple and the glow up is real. So, no matter what you do right now in your life, no matter where you're at, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you are in a profession, whether you are single, whether you're 20, whether you're 50, 60, this is for you. Okay. And I'm going to be offering new ways of thinking about things and also a very simple solution that I think everyone's going to benefit from. And you can take this to whatever level you want to. Sound good? Let's dive in. I'm going to first start by just sharing something that I provided for us, like a little visual. But the truth is if you and I were right here in the kitchen, this is actually Jason's kitchen. I could just walk you through this very, very easily. This is just really what's true and second nature to me. So those of you who don't know me well, I'm a mom of two. I've been building online for 2 decades. I kind of joke I was a like influencer pre-Kardashians. I've been teaching social marketing for a very long time, but now more than ever, 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 it is more easy and accessible for us to have every up level we want in our lives in any category, right? Whether it's our money, and we deserve it all, right? Our money, our abundance, our flow, happiness, contentment, feeling peaceful, being in the right relationships, being surrounded by people who uplift you. And also, why not get hot AF, right? Why not have a super glow up and everyone's like, dang, you look good, right? Because you deserve to look as good as you want to feel as well, right? And we were never meant to settle, right? That's kind of an old philosophy that maybe our parents taught us that we had to kind of hunker down, that we had to work hard, all these things. Yes, but there's new, easier ways to live, and there's more ease to invite into your life. So what if you never had to choose? Like, I want to be successful or peaceful. I can't have both. Yes, you can have both. You can be wildly successful on your own terms and have the most peaceful life as well, right? You can be making millions from a beach or from a mountaintops. You can be wildly introverted in sweats at home and have be making more than doctors. Okay. I know women like this. I'm friends with women like this. I'm not an introvert, but if you are, you're totally fine. Money or health, right? There's a lot of wealthy people who actually have sacrificed their health. And at the end of the day, if we don't have health, what do we have? Health is everything. Health is wealth, right? You don't have to choose career or freedom. I want to be free. I'm going to travel the world. I'm not going to pursue a career. We live in a time and age where we can achieve everything we want to in our career from a Wi-Fi and a dream here. Like it doesn't matter where you are. This morning I was working with a new video editor and he is in Iraq, right? He must have some sort of translation on his end, but he can work from wherever he is in the world. And so can I, and so can you. So we're not limited to where we live geographically. We're not limited to who we know. We're not limited to our circumstance or where we came from or what our education is. The world is our oyster, and it's like this is the golden era right now where everything is figure outable and you can have everything that you desire if you dare to dream it and to desire it. Okay, so 1 year can change everything, but don't worry, you also don't have to wait for a year. But we do need to kind of have some consistency and show up and say, I was actually listening to a beautiful meditation last night and it was talking about having that like beginning with the end, right? So where do you want to be in a year, right? How do you want to feel in a year? How do you want to move through the world and show up in a year? Visualize that in your mind. And actually just take a second, forget about the slide for a second, just take a second and don't worry about like exactly all the details or how it's going to happen. Just maybe you're waking up in the morning in a year from now. How do you feel? How do you feel about your day? Now, maybe think about how you're spending your day. Think about how you feel in your own body. Maybe walk to the mirror and see how you feel when you're looking at your own reflection, the energy you have in your body, maybe who's in the room with you. What does your room look like? Take this all in and start with the end in mind. Now, if we're moving through that, so that person, that reality already exists. Now we need to show up each day as if it's already happened, right? So that we can stop feeling burnt out because we're going to be energized by this new reality. We can have breakthroughs every single day because we already know and trust where we're going. And we have this new freedom because it's like, I know where I'm going, right? And I know that I'm building this on my own terms, right? We have way more freedom than we're really giving ourselves credit for because we live in this day and age. Again, I'll say it a million times that we have access to everything, right? Access to knowledge is not the issue. It's really about our mind and choosing where we're going. Okay. So the lie that we've been taught is that success requires sacrifice. What if it doesn't, right? What if it doesn't have, what if you don't have to be this martyr, right? That was what I grew up with, right? That's what we were taught. And I don't mean sacrifice as if we are going to it's going to be easy peasy all the time. But the thing is, it's more about alignment, right? And in fact, it's like we can actually say no to things that are not a hell yes, right? When we know where we're going, it's easy to say, "You know what, I'm actually going to say no to that invite because it's actually not aligned with where I'm going, rather than I can't go to that party because I have to stay home and work, right? Because that party may very well be very much aligned with where you're going because when you know where you're going, every single place you go is an opportunity to build your network, which builds your net worth. Okay. And once I actually get into the solution of how you're going to get rich, happy, and hot with one solution, right? This is a whole embodiment, but I have actually something that is going to have a simple plan to even just be the baseline of how you're going to bring this to life, right? So when Jason and I, when we get invited to a night out, whether it's going dancing or going to a new event, like actually just this was happened just a few days ago. We were in the office and we were working. We're like, hey, we're gonna go all in. It's gonna be a work day. And we got an invitation for a cottage to go see a friends at a cottage. Well, number one, we've already given ourselves the freedom that we could do so because we're our own bosses, right? But also, we knew that that was an opportunity. That was an opportunity in creating the content, in being together for 3 hours in the car, talking about different ideas, and then also being in a place that's uplifting our vibration, right? Which helps us to be more magnetic. Okay. So we said yes to the cottage, and guess what happened? On the way to the cottage, we got a phone call and a total business breakthrough of a new partnership I couldn't have ever dreamt about if I wanted to. And it literally wouldn't have happened if we didn't say yes to the cottage because I would have been on a different meeting. Anyways, you guys, let's go. So success does not require sacrifice. Let's enjoy our life and become successful while we do it. All right, we're going to get rich, okay? And this is not just about money because yes, it's not, yes, we want money. We're going to have an abundance of flow. We want a flow of income so that money is not an issue because it gives us choices, right? They say that money doesn't create happiness. No, money gives you choices, and those choices give you happiness, right? It's like, what do people get stressed about? They get stressed about money because they're having to make decisions that are not necessarily in alignment with where they want to be because they don't have enough money, right? So money is going to open up choices, which is going to not give us this maybe status, sure, but who cares about status? I care about freedom. I want to be able to say yes to that college. I want to be able to say yes to that music festival or yes to hopping on a flight and just going for it. I want to live my days with the people that I love by my side and prioritizing them, being able to prioritize my own self-care, prioritize different things I want to do that are going to uplift me. Freedom, right? Money gives us choices, freedom. And it's not just about having more and like having a bigger paycheck, but I want to be able to own what I have. Also, this is a new way of thinking maybe for some of you guys is I don't just want to get a job promotion or get a bigger deal. I want to own the income that I'm creating, but also for the income that I'm creating to not just pay me once, but to pay me ongoing. And we're going to get into that. So wealth isn't just about having more, it's about actually needing less while creating more. Freedom, living your life on your own terms. Okay. So get happy. This is actually, I want to talk to you guys about. I won't have time to go into my whole story of my own mental wellness or unwellness as it was, but I was in a really dark place, you guys. So much so where I was actually going on stage to go speak at a conference in San Diego. And as I was backstage, I was on the phone with a crisis worker. I was in such a dark place in my anxiety. It crippled me. Dealt with OCD, just like this ruminating, just torturous thoughts. And that led me to depression. It was tough. That sent me to the darkest dark. I hit rock bottom. After that conference, I actually was brought to, you guys don't even believe this. I can't even believe it when I say it. I was actually in the airport in a wheelchair being wheeled to my gate and had to have someone on the flight to actually get me home. That's how mentally unwell I was. I got home and I was like, hey, I'll do everything to get better. I'm a mom. I had to be there for my boys. I wanted to be there for my boys. I wanted to have my life back. But what happened was I did all the things, all the meditation, all the yoga, ate all the foods, et cetera, et cetera. All the counseling, all of the Eastern medicine, Western medicine, everything. But one thing that I really did not address significantly enough to make a difference, because I didn't know how important it was my gut health. Okay. So here I am in therapy and all this personal development, et cetera. And it's like my mind knew, but my body was still not on board with what my mind was trying to say. There's like a dysfunction. Right. So if you know anything about this, it's how your gut and your brain communicates, called the gut brain axis. Okay. And then it goes through your vagus nerve. Well, for years of me being in a kind of a fight or flight kind of state, won't get into the reasons behind that, but I was constantly on edge and constantly in this emergency crisis mode, that dysfunction was real. It eventually just broke down. So I was doing all of the work, but my gut and my brain were not communicating effectively. So even though my mind was like, okay, this is not a rational thought, my body was like, we are in danger, right? And that sent floods of anxiety up to the brain to actually find the danger, right? And if you guys have experienced anything in sort of in terms of mental unwellness with anxiety, depression, just feeling unwell out of body, this could be the biggest thing that you're not addressing. It's your gut brain connection, and it's actually so simple, like wildly simple, especially if after I was doing 3, 4 hours a day of meditation, I was like, oh, I actually just need to address my gut health because 90% of my serotonin alone is produced in my gut. Not to mention my oxytocin, my dopamine, all of these things is produced in your gut, you guys. If that's not functioning properly, this is not going to be functioning properly either, among other things. But let's get to it. So get happy. So of course we know, again, we're not missing information in terms of what to do to make ourselves happy. We know that a meditation or a yoga class, a walk in nature will help. But if our body's not on board, those things are going to feel fleeting. But when you do those things with your gut and your gut healthy, it's a game changer. Literally lights on, you guys. Okay. So get hot. This is about confidence. This is about vitality, radiance, strength, presence, okay? And confidence comes from ultimately keeping promises to yourself. You guys think about that, right? How many times you say, I'm going to do this, and you don't because you're lacking the motivation, which is not actually a mind thing. It's actually a gut brain thing. Okay. You are just lying to yourself and you're not showing up the way that you said that you're going to, right? This breaks down your confidence. So we're going to actually get hot by actually keeping the promises to ourselves. We're going to do something about it. We're going to have a plan and we're going to do this in a way where we feel really good about it. It's really clear. The plan is clear and we're going to get hot both in every way, right? But you guys, the glow up is real. I'm 43 years old and my skin is glowing. My hair is growing. If you've recently met me, you may have met me on a dance floor. I was dancing all night long. I have muscle definition now. I am in my best shape. I feel the most happy and confident I've ever felt in every way. You guys, the glow up is from the inside out. All right, let's continue on. So here's our plan. We're going to get rich, happy, and hot, and you are the center of all three, okay? Yes, you can have all of them. We are going to have all of them, okay? This is really about you taking care of all of you, right? It's this holistic wellness, holistic wealth, okay? So wealth, we're creating this because I want to give you financial flexibility and freedom. It is yours. It is absolutely yours. Even if you love your career, let's give you more flexibility and freedom, right? Even if you have multiple businesses, you're already an entrepreneur, great. Let's give you more flexibility and freedom because I guarantee you not all of your income sources are coming from an ongoing leverage residual place, right? And then if that's the case, you're trading time for money, right? So wellness, let's say make sure our gut health is on point, right? So this is going to show up once our gut and our brain is communicating effectively. This is going to show up in weight loss. Weight around the midsection is going to be gone. We're going to have better muscle tone. Our skin's going to be glowing. Our hair is going to be growing. We're going to have more energy. It's going to be awesome. Okay. Confidence, and this is the presence, the vitality, and the self-respect, keeping your promises. Okay. All right, here we go. So I want to talk to you guys about the solution. I'm actually going to stop sharing for 1 second here. Okay. So you guys, the solution that I'm bringing you is so simple, and it doesn't mean that it ends here. When I was really thinking about this, I was like, I could teach them a million things. I could talk to them about a million different opportunities. But what is something I could teach someone who's already busy, already kind of burnt out, who has less than all the time in the world to be starting something new? It's something simple. Because even if you've already done something before with leveraged affiliate marketing, this is going to be something you can try and you can see the proof is in the pudding, right? You're gonna like, okay, this is actually easy. I can wrap my head around this. And if you've never done it before, this is something that you start, right? So whether you're 20, whether you're 60, I want to show you something. Okay. So you guys have been in wellness for, I don't know, 17 years, let's call it 2 decades. I have represented so many different wellness products in my life. I've worked with huge brands. And in my journey of healing myself with my mental wellness, I told you about discovering the gut brain connection. Okay, so at this point, your girl was already on every multi, every omega. Like I was taking fistfuls of supplements, okay? And it wasn't helping. So at this point, when something came into my life and it was actually educating me about the gut brain axis, I was like, okay, what is that? Because maybe I'm not doing that. And then I actually came across a company called the Mental Wellness Company. I looked into it from the business perspective. I was like, oh, this is really interesting how they have an affiliate program, but it's actually a two-tier affiliate program where not only can you earn based on sharing a link and people purchasing the product, but also when those customers order ongoing, you're getting paid. Okay, so that's residual income. Cool, right? But that still would only give us access to earning from customers. But there's a second tier that they offered, and that is if you know anyone else who wants to have that glow up but also earn income, you can actually give them a referral link to become a brand partner, and then you're also earning from their network. Right? This is not network marketing. This is not direct sales. This is leveraged affiliate marketing. Okay. This is how a regular person or someone who's wildly experienced can actually tap into an affiliate program to build something with minimal efforts, like alongside whatever you're doing. So I'm going to break this down. So first, actually, I was going to share with you guys the product at the end, but I'm just actually going to use this right from the beginning. I'll tell you more about this in a second. But in my healing journey, I discovered the actual absolute best collagen on the whole planet. I was actually not taking collagen and didn't realize how much I needed to. Like we lose collagen every day after the age of like 25, right? So that's why we get our joints, our skin, we lose that freshness in our skin, that vitality. But I didn't realize that taking collagen, I thought that was just like a beauty bonus. Actually, if you're taking this collagen specifically, it actually helps to heal the gut brain axis, okay? Which gives you a calm mind. What? How can one product like reduce crow's feet, give you that plump skin, and also give you a calm mind? How is that even possible? But anyways, this is what it is, you guys. It's a collagen unlike absolute anything else you've ever tried. Again, I'm going to tell you more about that in a second, but I really want to dive into kind of this whole, just from a very like grassroots plain opportunity. I'm literally mixing this in my kombucha bottle, okay? Just to show you, I want to show you kind of how easy this is. So first of all, are you taking collagen right now? You probably are, okay? So you would upgrade your collagen and just to something called new collagen from the Mental Wellness Company. It's right here. Game-changing collagen. Okay. People might start taking this just for like the actual physical, like exterior skin benefits, hair, etc. alone. But what it does for your mind is also next level. So here we go. I got my collagen. Okay, so now imagine me as a regular woman. I'm a mom. I play pickleball. I do yoga. I have a social life, whatever. And I'm sharing my collagen. I'm like, hey, do you take collagen? This one's awesome. Now, what do you do when you share a link when you're sharing something that you love? Whether it's, I don't know, what am I looking around the kitchen right now? That water bottle, my favorite brand of peanut butter, or like that movie I saw. I'm gonna send a link, right? I'm gonna send a link to that thing, right? So yeah, I got it from Whole Foods, here's a link. Or I got it from Amazon, here's the link. That's what we do, right? We share what we love with people. So imagine I'm sharing this with I'm multifaceted, woman entrepreneur, do a lot of things, but I'm going to make it a goal and intention to share this product that I absolutely love as one single example of one product I love. I'm going to share this with 5 people a month, okay? 5 people become customers. Well, that is an easy 500 US dollars residual income that I'm going to get paid for these customers, $500, right? But also, these customers, every time that they consume this product, I get paid every month or every time they purchase. Now, the mental wellness company, I'm not going to get into it a ton, but everything that they do is actually about mental wellness, both the gut brain axis. They have a beautiful facial mist that gives you glowing skin. Also, it's neuroscience, so it calms your mind as well. They have products for kids. They have their flagship product is actually called Happy Juice, which is specifically for people with mental unwellness that are really wanting to target that like primarily and specifically. But for the average person, they want a full body glow up and mind glow up, right? So that's why I really focus on the collagen. Anyway, so I chose with 5 people. I got that. I got that 500 US dollars locked in. Now, here's the powerful thing, okay? So not only are those customers, if they order again, I get paid, sweet, right? Those customers can also refer other customers, and their customers become customers I get paid on, okay? Or those customers can also upgrade to becoming brand partners like I am, and hopefully like you will be as well. And when they share their link, you're going to earn from their network as well, okay? So you don't have to know a million people. You don't have to be a social marketing superstar influencer. You simply make the intention that alongside all of your beautiful goals and things you have happening in your life, you're going to take your collagen because you want to have that glow up. Everyone should be taking their collagen. Men, women, anyone over the age of like 20 should be taking collagen daily, to get proactive about the physical aging process, but also your joints, but also your mind. It helps you become so resilient. Okay, so you share with 5 people, and you can far surpass these goals. Of course, the more that you bring in, obviously, the more money you'll make. But let me just show you kind of what that looks like. Okay, so I'm keeping this as simple as possible because I feel like sometimes when we overcomplicate things, it just makes things like harder to say yes to, right? So you help 5 people, and guess what happens? Those 5 become 25 and becomes 125, becomes 625. So your business multiplies simply by other people sharing. Like how incredible is that? That you set the intention that ripple keeps on going. So my current network within this company and this product is well over 5,000. Okay. And if you guys are following me online, you don't see me shouting this from the rooftops every single day, right? But if you met me and said, Krista, what's your secret? I would say this right here. Okay. All right. So the power of leverage. So if you help 5 people and they do the same, you can see what your income could grow to. Okay. Now, this is not pie in the sky stuff, you guys. I am the full-time income provider for my family. I also have been the full-time income provider for my family for over 20 years through leveraged affiliate marketing. Okay. But this here is the best program I've ever seen, and why I've actually created this framework of rich, happy, and hot. Because I don't want to teach you how to grow necessarily this business where you're going to be so overwhelmed with all of these products and this whole compensation plan. I want to break it down very simply for you guys. Take your collagen, share it with 5 people, help those 5 people to share it with their 5 people, and so on, and see what can happen. And when I tell you that I know women who are in their sweats with their kids at home, making this kind of money at the bottom and more, okay, per month, okay, they have teams of thousands and thousands of people who are sharing products like this from the comfort of their own home. Now, if this income here is like, whoa, that's incredible, but like, what's the catch? Don't even talk about that yet. Let's keep it actually simple and let's focus on just you earning $500 a month. That's it, right? 500 US dollars, that can be a game changer. And I think for a lot of us, that actually helps us once we realize that that's possible, that we can say, okay, you know what? Now that I see that that's possible, let me see what else we could do. Okay. So it's really the power of duplication. And I think Robert Kiyosaki said it best that your network, that's how you determine your net worth. So the more people that you know, the more people that you're connecting people to, like who do you know who's a connector? And that's actually going to expand your network and help you grow. All right. So you guys, we're almost there. The community is incredible. Why this works is because people are buying from people that they know, like, and trust more so than advertising, right? It's about relationships over reach, right? It doesn't, so I know people who have 100,000 on IG and they're not making the same amount of money with someone who has 5,000 on IG. It's not about your social marketing reach. It's about relationships. It's about those one-on-one. Even the women pictured here, I won't point any fingers, but actually the one who's earning the most on that coach actually has the smallest out of those three, the smallest actual numbers online, right? But she's really, really good at leaning in and making those connections. So real people helping real people, and your network expands your impact. Absolutely, right? It's like when I look at my paycheck, each with this company, actually, they pay you every week. When I look at that paycheck, it said that the dollars, yes, thank you, but that also represents how many people I have impacted either directly or indirectly, right? And that becomes really powerful. So daily rituals, you guys, I'm just going to touch on that really quickly. Jason and I talk a lot about the compound effect, right? And so we always think like, okay, I'm going to make over my life. I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to do it so differently. But guess what? It's those little things that we do every day that actually add up, right? It is taking our collagen every day. It's reaching out to one person, sharing something that's really valuable to you, like this collagen. It is getting up and moving your body. Tiny habits equals big results. And when you work with me, you guys, there's no pressure, there's no expectation. You have access to Jason and I both one-on-one for individual coaching and support, and we'll help you to develop the rituals that work for you in your life. Okay. So why I chose Amare? Because so again, with my background in wellness, I was very, very skeptical, and my bar of quality is way up here. But I chose a company that was truly science backed, and that when they talk about the gut brain access, where is the science behind that, right? I also chose some company to partner with this model because I already told you guys the comp plan was next level and simple. I could teach anyone how to do this, but also a purpose-driven community that's genuine and not hype, right? Because hype is hype. Hype dies, right? And my personal transformation was real. You guys, for me, the lights went on, and then it showed up in my skin and it showed up in my life. And ultimately, me addressing the gut brain axis and me healing myself with these products um, and the collagen, it's just so simple, you guys. It actually was the final thing that I needed to actually become strong enough to make some really hard choices in my life, which actually helps me to have the ultimate glow up in the end, right? By having that mental wellness back. All right. So this is the Amari New Collagen. You guys, if you're watching this recording, you'll receive a quick little video. I think it's maybe less than a minute about why this collagen is at a whole league of its own. It was developed by a Korean skincare guru, okay, like the guru, the guy in Korean skincare. But this addresses your collagen because collagen declines 1% every year. It's six dimensions of total body wellness. So this is your muscle health, your joint comfort, your skin, healthy hair, cognitive, your mental wellness, your nails, right? It takes care of all of you. And it's backed by 25 clinical studies. Okay. So there's two paths and one decision for you guys to make here. I would say most people say, okay, I can't wait to try the collagen. If I like the collagen, I'll get started. Sure, you could do it that way, right? Absolutely. You can order the collagen. It's available. It's definitely around the price of any high-end collagen out there, but it's like in a league of its own. But why not actually, as you are trying this collagen, share it from the really real, authentic perspective of like, know what? I'm trying this for the very first time. I've seen the before and afters. I've heard about it. I've watched the video. I was already taking collagen, or maybe you weren't. And I'm gonna see. I'm actually gonna take a before and after and see. I'm gonna tell you guys every day how this is going. And actually share your journey. If you do that at the same time, you're gonna have wildly incredible results, you guys, by sharing from a really genuine place, not from the place of like, this is the best thing in the whole world, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I don't know. I was told it was the best thing. Let's see if it is for me, because you can become a brand partner for free. So you can either buy the collagen on its own, right? Awesome. I'll give you my discount. You can order on your own, or you can buy the collagen at my discount and also get started for free. It's free to get started between the 1st and the 15th of the month. So if you're listening to this right now and it's between the 1st and the 15th, then you're good to go. It's going to save you $70 on your startup. If it's after that, just message me and I can see what I can do for you. Okay. So that both paths start the same way, one decision, and you want to start right now. Okay. So imagine your life 1 year from now, and that's exactly how we started. Here's a diagram, right? But also you can just close your eyes and say, like, what is that feeling I want to tap into? How do I want to feel when I wake up in the morning? How do I want to feel when I go to bed in the morning, right? What does my life look like? But again, tap into the feeling, right? And that's really what's going to change and be your anchor throughout this year as you totally transform your life. And this, no matter what you want to do, using this framework in terms of building this residual additional income and having that physical and mental glow up, that's going to work alongside everything and anything you're already doing, right? So all the goals you already have, add this layer and watch how everything becomes easier and you become more impactful and more aligned. The community that you'll be around, the access to the coaching as well with myself, that's all included. There's no additional cost, expectations, quotas. This is completely on your own terms, okay? So this isn't about joining a company, it's about choosing yourself. And if you're ready to build a life you're proud of, I'd love to walk alongside you, along with Jason and my team and the coaching and support that we have for you guys. So either order yourself the collagen or order the collagen with the free business startup. Your transformation starts today. You guys, I'm so excited to support you. Any questions, send them my way. In the message I sent you, you have this recording. You also have a video to the collagen, and you have 2 links to get started. And then you also have that additional link that you're going to click on once you're ready to dive in, where Jason and I will hop on with you, and we're going to actually help you to make sure you know the back office. Grab your links. It's super duper easy, but also to develop those daily habits that are going to get you exactly where you want to be. Sounds good? Cheers, guys.